Welcome to the Astana Times YouTube channel. I'm Aida Haidar, and in today's broadcast, we'll explore the latest news in Kazakhstan. Let's dive into it. President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev's state visit this week to Moscow wrapped up with a historic declaration. The two countries are now officially elevating their ties to the level of a comprehensive strategic partnership and alliance. Tokayev called it a milestone that reflects, quote, unshakable mutual trust and broad prospects for cooperation. And despite global tensions, both leaders say relations are only getting stronger. On the economic front, Tokayev and Putin set an ambitious goal: boost trade turnover to $30 billion. In 2024, that figure already hit $27 billion, with another $20 billion in just the first 9 months of this year. Tokayev also highlighted record Russian investment in Kazakhstan, over $4 billion last year, bringing the total to $27 billion. Kazakh investments in Russia now top $9 billion. Energy was another key topic. Tokayev announced that Kazakhstan, together with a consortium led by Rosatom, has officially started construction on the country's first nuclear power plant. Over 6,000 workers and 3,000 specialists will take part in the project, and Kazakhstan is teaming up with Russian universities to train the next generation of nuclear experts. Education ties are also expanding fast. 9 Russian universities now have branches in Kazakhstan, serving about 4,000 students, while Al-Farabi Kazakh National University just opened its first overseas campus in Omsk. During the visit, Tokayev also met with Russian officials, including Federation Council Chairwoman Valentina Matvienko, calling the trip a landmark event for bilateral relations. In a symbolic gesture, Tokayev invited President Putin to pay a state visit to Kazakhstan in 2026, underscoring a shared vision for stability, prosperity, and human capital across Eurasia. Tokayev wrapped up his visit at MGIMO University, speaking in Kazakh with students and faculty. His message: diplomacy, openness, and friendship remain the core values that unite the next generation of Kazakh and Russian youth. And from geopolitics to fintech, Kazakhstan is making another big leap, this time in the world of digital payments. The country has officially launched a unified interbank QR payment system, meaning from now on you can pay anywhere with just one QR code, no matter which bank you use. The system was unveiled at the Central Asia Fintech Summit in Almaty, with National Bank Chairman Timur Suleimanov calling it a major step toward making life simpler for customers and positioning Kazakhstan as a true fintech leader in Central Asia. This project will make life easier for ordinary people and consolidate our leadership in the region, Suleimanov said. According to Zhanar Samayev, head of the National Payment Corporation, the service will roll out across all regions and retail outlets, with more banks joining by the end of the year and nationwide launch planned for 2026. This innovation builds on Kazakhstan's earlier digital breakthroughs, like the Digital Tenge project, already used to ensure transparency and control in public transactions. Here's how it works: open your banking app, scan the merchant's QR code, confirm, and you're done. Fast, simple, and fully integrated across the financial ecosystem. At the Fintech Summit, industry leaders and regulators also gathered to share ideas on shaping the future of finance, with Kazakhstan pitching itself as the region's digital finance and AI hub. Suleimanov said building a fully digital state remains a national priority. Over the past 5 years, cashless payments have grown more than tenfold, with 90% of all transactions now online, and the total payment turnover hitting 1 quadrillion tenge, or roughly $1.6 trillion, just this year. The National Bank has launched a 5-year digitalization strategy, including plans for a sovereign crypto reserve and a new custodial system for digital assets, ensuring the country keeps sovereignty over its digital economy. And with artificial intelligence transforming finance worldwide, Kazakhstan isn't standing still. Experts say AI is already reshaping local banking, from credit scoring to anti-fraud systems, with 3 out of 4 banks using AI tools today. Regulators led by Madina Bulkasymova are now drafting a national AI strategy for finance, aimed at setting shared standards and ethical guidelines for the next phase of digital growth. Each financial organization is experimenting with AI on its own. Now we need a common framework: reliable data, transparency, and trust. And speaking of financial innovation, Kazakhstan's ambitions are getting global. This week, the Astana International Financial Center took its message to Singapore, hosting AIFC Connect Singapore 2025, a high-level business forum designed to deepen investment and financial ties between the two nations. Opening the event, Ambassador Askar Kutukadam said Kazakhstan and Singapore may be worlds apart geographically, but they share common goals when it comes to innovation and opportunity. The AIFC has already become a bridge between regions, according to Bakhtiar Tleubekov, chairman of the AIFC authority, 48 Singaporean companies are now operating at the center from finance and IT to trade, mining, and manufacturing. The AIFC provides the infrastructure for cross-border projects and strengthens Kazakhstan's role as a key financial and investment hub, Tleubekov said. And it's not just traditional finance. Evgenia Bogdanova, CEO of the Astana Financial Service Authority, revealed that in just the first 9 months of 2025, trading on AIFC licensed digital asset exchanges topped $5.4 billion. She also noted that International Organization of Securities Commissions ranked the AIFC among the top 4 global jurisdictions for regulating digital assets, putting Kazakhstan firmly on the map of trusted fintech players. The event featured panels and fireside chats on everything from fintech innovation and venture capital to real asset investment. Since its launch in 2018, the AIFC has attracted $18.5 billion in investments and hosts over 4,600 companies from 88 countries, including the US, UK, China, Turkey, and Singapore. And to close off our news digest this week, let Yelena Rybakina's historic win inspire you to your own victory this weekend. She's done it again, etching her name into the tennis history. On November 8, Rybakina became the first Kazakh player ever to win the WTA Finals singles title. The 26-year-old powerhouse defeated world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka of Belarus in straight sets, 6-3, 7-6 in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Her triumph came with a record-breaking reward, $5.2 million, the largest single payout in women's tennis history, surpassing even this year's US Open prize. And she did it all while playing through sore right shoulder. Her secret, a fearless first strike strategy and a calm, calculated mindset that grew stronger with every match. Rybakina is now on 11th match winning streak, flipping the script since her loss to Sabalenka in Wuhan earlier this year. This WTA Finals crown is Rybakina's biggest title since her Wimbledon victory in 2022, and it cements her as one of the defining athletes of her generation. Her career earnings now top $24 million, and her story, from representing Kazakhstan to rewriting tennis history, continues to inspire a new wave of dreamers. That's all for this edition of our News Digest. Stay sharp, stay curious with the Astana Times.